right.
All right.
Have you played Stanley? No, I haven't. I'm streaming.
You're a streamy boy?
The current time. Oh gosh.
Current
Doubting
time is
myself.
7:56.
Why did I go this way? Oh, you can hold it. PM. Are you serious? Do I have to? Oh gosh. You know what? I'm gonna say it's whatever. Begin the game. Alright, how's everything sound? Everything sound good?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee.
Hold on. So sorry.
The game is now paused.
Alright. Can you see?
I can see!
Number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
427.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Did he?
It's type help on the keyboard.
I can't even get to the key.
Type help on your keyboard.
Okay, I did it. It didn't do anything.
Alright, no one's coming to help us.
Why does clicking sound like typing? What if I just stayed in my cubicle?
I think you would starve to death. Those lights? What is that?
Those are lights. I don't.
I guess
those are like
they're
big
just like
lights.
recessed lights. What time is? That's not the actual time.
No.
That'll
I
be
hate
time.
Mondays. I feel like it's gonna say something cool if we just don't do anything.
feel like there should be something to do with it, right?
I wish I could. It types everywhere, but when I actually look at the keyboard. Are there like more controls? Forward, back, left, right, jump. Interact is E. Oh, additional. Okay, well, you know. All right, so we've used all the buttons.
Did you jump?
No.
Oh, it says there's a jump button.
You can't jump. What is it? Go away. Award for getting any other. I did it. I don't know what. I guess it's like jump so many times.
Oh.
Alright.
I guess you have to leave. You need to do what they tell you.
All of his co-workers were gone.
No!
What could it mean?
Oh.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
He just sits there and sharpens pencils all day long.
That's 432's job. Obviously, this is the comedian with the Who Farted cup.
Oh.
Oh.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my gosh.
I was-
The only computer was on.
I was clicking. What does this sound? It's like a...
I don't hear it.
I'm typing again. Oh. I can't not turn them off.
There's a big red button. How am I supposed to not push it? Whoa. That doesn't look like an office.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did he?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh.
You think I got donuts?
I don't know.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate,
Can't really
beautifully
read that.
constructed room.
I was gonna say, I
Stanley
can't read.
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Wait, does someone have coffee in it? No, it was just a shadow.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Coffee
A room
nut.
so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
And coffee cups.
Yeah, cold drink. They got cold drinks. If only we had
At this point,
$1.25.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Someone left me this note. It's obviously for
Stanley
me.
sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a
What?
long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Do I wait for more?
I mean, I think they'd have to have more after that message. Right?
I think it'd be even more funny if there wasn't any more.
I don't know. What does that one say? The one on the very, like, the other side.
What, this one?
No.
The red one?
Yeah, the red
I
one.
don't know. Something like Happy Valentine's Day or something.
Oh.
Can't really see it. I also can't get back there.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the
wasn't
first
an
open
amazing
door
room.
on his left to get back to business.
That room does look creepy.
Alright, which way do we go?
We're having a vote. We vote, say, Donkey Boy for this room, and say, Bilbo Baggins for this room.
Now we just have to sit here and wait for the video to get caught up.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect. Perfect.
vote away. All it takes is one person to say anything, and I'll choose it.
Oh, we gotta vote. we got
Stanley was
two
so
votes.
bad at following directions, it's
The
incredible he
second
wasn't
person
5
spelled
years
it wrong, but
ago.
I'll still take it. Bilbo bagging.
I'm Stanley. Stanley. I'm Stanley. Can I? Oh.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Wow.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
There we go.
You are very powerful.
Well, that was our first ending.
All of his co-workers
What a
were
good
gone.
ending it was.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Are we doing
Perhaps
the same
he had
stuff
simply
up
missed a
there,
memo.
or are we doing something different this time?
Awaiting input.
Couldn't you turn that one off last time? Oh. Push more buttons.
Input received.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
kinda
push
like
more
a-
buttons.
Oh, it had like a little loading bar there.
This is the one that... Yeah.
Weird. Weird.
Is it different?
That other
Clearly.
that other screen was not the same. That definitely was not there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Nah.
knew this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
I
first,
love the
just to
employee lounge.
admire it.
We're gonna spend 3 years in the
Wow.
employee lounge again?
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
That wasn't the same line as last time, was it?
Was this here?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the
Is your
room.
love note still
A
there?
room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Or Bilbo Baggins again.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Fair enough.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this
Oh, we probably could
time.
have jumped off right
There's
there.
someone you've
Went
been
up to the door.
neglecting, Stanley.
I don't know if you can
Someone
jump now.
you've forgotten
You
about.
might be able to.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Shut up,
Look,
narrator
let me prove
man.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Oh. Took it a chance. I mean,
I mean, he makes a good argument. I haven't done anything he's asked me to. Oh, a key card.
Oh, we gotta find a key card. Unless this door closes behind us. Oh, it didn't. It did
You spoke a little too soon.
not.
Car, go! He's been
Now listen
awfully
carefully,
quiet.
this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright. Say blue if you want me to go through the red door, and red if you want me to go through the blue door.
We've gotta wait a little bit.
It worked out last time.
It did. We just have to wait.
What do you think they're gonna choose?
I think they're gonna say blue.
So that means we're going through the red door?
Oh, I read their mind.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
Oh, they
The problem
disagree
is all
with each
these
other,
choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't
James will
here.
fast
Running
as
and running and running, just the way you're
Yeah.
doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier
Yeah,
if we
this is-
just stopped. And I think,
We just stopped.
well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
We're just gonna keep running in circles. Yeah, this'll work.
Let me out.
This'll definitely work.
Next time. This time. Oh man, I thought I could shut the door and he'd be like, oh, come on.
What if you walk the other way around? Can you see both the doors? No. Wait. That's kind of weird. Yeah, what if you walk that way?
It's-
Do they both count as the same door?
I don't know.
Oh.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Light switch. Ding, 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 ding. Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
run into the darkness. I can't go back anymore. I have to go into the light. This might be the end for Stanley.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we
No.
just stay right here, right in this moment with this place,
Huh.
Stanley, I think I feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going?
Oh, we're back here. What's that? What is that?
I like that. I like that picture.
What is
This makes me happy.
Do you even know what that is?
That's a little a toddler wielding a Clifford, doing the splits, and yeah, wearing a headband.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll
Yay.
lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Okay,
I mean,
I've thought about it.
but Morgan, if you jump, that picture of the little girl with the Clifford's gonna be gone forever.
What?
It will never have existed.
What picture?
No!
Oh,
Oh,
What?
thank
Oh, you're
God.
fine.
Oh,
You lived.
take two.
You have me. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to
Alright,
what I was before.
now I feel bad
If
for
you
the
die,
narrator.
we'll
This is
both
like
go
watching a
back. Why are
toddler
you doing
walk up
this?
to an electrical outlet with a fork.
Whee!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
Oh my god.
Can you do that for me? My God.
He's so
Is this
sad.
really how much you dislike my game?
Oh
You'll throw
no!
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Well, I guess jumping off answers his question.
Whee!
Oh, you didn't fall.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
Jeez.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
Don't worry, buddy. We'll start
It looks
all
like you
over.
wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Oh, I
Man,
don't like this ending.
this ending's not fun.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh. I didn't like that one.
Man, that was rough. But here we are.
Oh,
Oh,
go find it. What? No, that looks the same.
All of his
Go to
co-workers
that
were
one
gone.
computer.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Oh.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait. It was the one.
no, it was this one.
Oh, was it in here?
Yeah, that one was. What? Oh,
That's different.
what?
You turned it off.
Aha!
Oh, here it is.
Ha!
Alright. Figuring something out.
Alright, are we following his directions this time?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Say George for George and say Franklin for Franklin. Oh, alright.
I didn't even know what that meant.
Yeah, but they would have known. They would have known.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Do not
Feeling a
alter
wave of
without
disbelief,
consulting
Stanley
whiteboard
decided
manager.
to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Push for funding. Oh. Use. Oh.
Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on topic of.
Get Chris out of the broom closet.
Ongoing. It says on the tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right.
Next day's agenda reflect.
Alright.
Yeah, we need to draw more red circles on that for sure. We gotta go save Chris. That's
Graphs
the
about things and money. We have our new product.
What do people want?
Things. Money.
More money. Things, but with money to buy more things? Graphs? Graphs about things and money? We have our product.
What is hot? Teenagers. Profits, 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 profits. Stripes. It just points to stripes. Colored in segment.
Yeah. The stock market is somewhere in here.
Bi-quarterly post-review.
Teenagers, the size of demographic. Space between the teenagers? Throw something in the idea bin. More
One,
bin.
no more bins, trash cans. 2, Remaining of the ideas bin. 3. Firing of me. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net. Some sort of child trap.
I like the idea of a big net.
402 and 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule.
But I think that's a stupid idea.
Yeah. To do synergize core values, shift global market,
I think it's probably
monetize free to play.
Wait, help. What's the bottom sticky note say?
Help, I'm a post-it. That what you wanted. Tips to not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all day, all the time, every day. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside. You take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside of you. Using slides to assure employee that everything is okay. Make sure the slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm the guy on the left with the tie.
No, but that's somebody else.
What?
It can't be. You have to be unique.
Number of slides on this slide. Slides, charts, slides. Charts and slides. Perfect. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts, I'm begging you. The boss appreciation minute. Circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict, unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict. Oh, gosh.
Oh my god.
Your dreams.
So
What are your dreams for the future? Success? Plant life?
transcend.
Hope? Less air? Comatose?
Clear skin. Okay, that was all of them. We didn't read everything, but this
What is
door
this?
wasn't closed.
Oh.
This is where
Chris?
Chris was stuck.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so
Oh,
he
there's a
turned
broom.
around and got back on track.
What are you talking about? There's a broom and there may be a key card in here.
Also, Chris should be in.
There was nothing here.
Or does this
No
mean Chris
choice to make,
escaped?
no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm in the broom closet. I'm in the broom closet.
It was
Broom
baffling that
shakalaka,
Stanley
you know?
was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
What?
I think it's F all.
Oh.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Grab the
Why?
light bulb. Grab the
Please
light bulb.
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely
That's a little too
confused.
tall. You're gonna have to climb the.
I'll jump. I'll just jump and get it.
Oh yeah.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
No,
I never would have
this is the
thought
most
to mention
important
it.
place to be.
This is where all the cool kids hang out. Me, Chris.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when
Is
you
it-
go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Yeah, this is.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the broom closet ending?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
What?
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to
Drug
drugs
money?
and hookers.
Oh my gosh.
How does he
Stan-
know?
Well,
Broom
I've come to a
closet
very
ending is the
definite
best.
conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
The top of
You
that,
got to this
I guess
broom
it's like a
closet,
coil of wire or
explored it a
something.
bit,
It looks like
and
a
were just
nuclear,
about to leave because there's nothing here when a
symbol,
physical
whatever you
melody of
call it.
some sort
A
shut down
radio
your central
or-
nervous
what's it
system
called?
and you collapsed on
James,
the
tell me what it's
keyboard.
called.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is
I don't
taken care
remember.
of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen
no.
prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
Oh.
It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I don't remember everything he said, but yeah,
I like the broom closet ending.
it's my favorite one. Ah, yes, doohickey. Thank you, James. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I
Nah, go
guarantee
back in there.
you can't do any
Get back
worse
in
than
the
the
broom
person who
closet.
came before you. You too. Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Broom closet ending.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Boss's office. Oh, it's fancy up here. Is that a phone book?
I was close to being stuck.
Oh, I like the blue.
Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Extreme bathrooms.
I like the Time magazine just has a clock on it.
Yeah. There's not even anything in here.
No, just a bathroom with an ominous message. That's how I like all my bathrooms.
What the heck? Alright,
That's-
we're doing
that's
what we're
just
supposed
photo
to.
of my child.
Stepping
being
into
good
his
boys.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
Yeah, we're
indication
gonna
of
have to go
any
look at that
human
painting
life.
at some point, though.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh my gosh, there's no way he could.
How am I supposed to know?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
You can mash random numbers.
Two, 8, 4, 5. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, now put it in.
I can't see the panel. 2, 8.
Oh, dang it. Okay, almost. Yay.
I did it.
Oh my
What?
goodness.
What? No! No!
They were building more onto the building.
No! Don't tell me. This building has asbestos in it, doesn't it?
They're doing renovations.
What? I didn't know I was in an elevator.
I'm allergic to elevators. Ah.
I don't know. I think elevators have their ups and
Descending
downs.
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh. Well,
Whoops.
I
Nope.
guess it will.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
He likes it.
Yeah.
The painting is cut off, I'm sorry.
The painting is cut off?
Yeah, you know, the painting that you wanted to go back and see.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll just have to make our way back up here sometime.
Well, I guess he doesn't have any more dialogue for us.
Guess not. I feel like there is some code somewhere that we could put in there, but maybe.
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe we gotta walk forward a little bit and we'll find out.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I got a talent.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Oh my gosh, we're in the boss's office.
Oh, that's what's up here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Oh my gosh. Can you do anything, or you just have to wait this out?
No. Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Hope you guys are enjoying my playthrough.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Well, thank you. I think it's time to go back down, you know?
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is.
That's
a
right.
breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
But you know, the fourth time up the elevator, that's what I'm really good at. Oh, I think it broke. Wait, look back. Oh no, the lights just turned off. I guess you could go back up.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think he's out of. Yeah, he's out of things.
He's like, I'm. Whatever.
Oh.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
We're stuck in
But
the
the
elevator.
suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
No.
There we go. Isn't this so
Punishing us.
exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get
I
started.
don't like this. It's
Where's
good.
the
It's like a really loud noise.
Where's the
random.
trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time
But what's
to
gonna be
imagine
up here?
surprises? To have to think and to anticipate
Dolphins.
and then to marvel at the
Oh, that's a good
eventual
guess.
reveal.
Anyone else have any other
is
guesses?
Storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us
Like
feel
the
sharp
actual,
and vital
like, Ford
and
stapler
alive.
or the-
That's why people like
the
you so
store?
much, Stanley.
Yeah.
Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
Yay.
Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous
Oh my
impact
gosh,
on
it's
them
different.
for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
I pushed him to his breaking point.
I think we should go back down. Oh.
That would be good.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Oh.
World's
healthiest human being. All tricks revealed.
How we did it. The pyramids.
The guy who went to Mars. That's him.
All eyes on Stanley.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Stage door. What does that say? Something Stanley.
Tonight, live on stage, Stanley.
No. The world's first sentient machine.
Well,
was the baby? There was a baby one back there. I don't remember what it said. No,
we'll go find it.
Right there. World peace, baby.
I'm going on stage with all of these giants.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Nut bar.
Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go
Get
get
that
them.
nut bar, dude.
Dude, I found all my coworkers. They all came to listen to me. 427. Look at that.
That's you.
That's me.
Go get that nut bar, dude. They lied to us. Somebody ate our nut bar.
Break a leg, champ. Your boss. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get him, Tiger. Thanks for showing.
What is the drawing one? Stanley, me, Dad, age 6. Or does it say David? And then just story.
Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Stanley, my true love for you. My love for you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. Is that what this says?
I think so, yeah. We'll have to go find the apartment ending.
Gotta go get the apartment ending. Congratulations, Danny. Remember where you came from, your coworkers. Alright. I'm gonna die before I get up there. The dude who came up with pizza.
Oh, we didn't even see those. Oh, that's the guy who went to Mars. Doing great.
Alexander the Great. I don't know what that one says. The Lord meet and greet.
I like the dude who came up with pizza.
The guy who came up with pizza.
Or the guy, whatever.
Yeah! Hey! Woo! 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 Are you ready? Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I didn't read it. Oh, that was the ending, apparently.
I think I had a heart attack.
Oh.
I was working that crowd, though. I can't believe we died trying to be good.
His co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Find
memo.
the computer that we pushed a button on. Not that one. Not that one. No, no. Where is it? Does it show up now that we pushed that?
I don't see it. Maybe it's because we didn't do a bad thing.
We had to do bad that we had to not listen to him.
No matter how hard
I mean,
Stanley
we
looked,
didn't listen
he
to him
couldn't
the
find a
entire
trace
time.
of his co-workers.
Just started to listen to him. I don't know. Maybe we'll find it a little bit further in.
I don't know.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but
Yeah?
it didn't make a single difference. Nor
Yeah,
did
did
it
I?
advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should we keep being good boys?
I kind of want to go see that painting, the creepy painting.
Okay.
My son. I have to see the painting.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, I was gonna go say, go check the message in the bathroom.
Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp.
Is that the money breakfast cereal jingle?
I guess. Wait. Oh!
Oh!
Bam!
They thought they would get us. No, it's the other room. Is there a body?
Stepping into his manager's
No!
office, was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
It punishes you for going too fast. That's funny. That's really funny.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh, okay. Alright, are we actually gonna see what's down here this time?
I guess so. I can't believe I did this load. What we did like 6, 8 times to go up and down.
Alright.
Huh.
I don't know what that is.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
It's
Facility.
Mind control facility. Oh, I guess we're going to the mind control facility. What's the... Is it just like a bunch of ones and zeros? What is that? Or is it like a Scantron?
I can't really see.
Yeah, I can't tell what it is either.
It just has a bunch of numbers, random numbers. Well,
Push that button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
No. Oh, he's a little baby boy. Oh, there's another platform. You're trying to fit through the bars to kill yourself. More of the same stuff.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
Oh
revealed.
man, that guy was
Each
fired.
bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wait, where are you? Where's yours?
what were we? 437?
Something like that. Is there one that like moves? It's like your viewpoint. Guys, quick poll. What number are we?
Oh, look, we can put stuff in here.
Wait, we can't. Oh.
If we find stuff like that.
Oh.
Pirate.
Pirate.
Oh, I wonder if we could turn the lights off. Oh, man.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it
James
couldn't be
1,
true.
6.
Had Stanley really been under someone's
I
control
know
all this
that's
time?
wrong.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
James is a liar. Don't listen to
He
James.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept
Yeah,
it.
it's probably
His
what it
own
is.
life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Probably.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his
James said he'd
past
never
began
lie,
to
so-
sink in, Stanley decided that this
Well,
machinery would
I'm
never
inclined
again
to not
exert its
believe it.
terrible power over another human life. For
said he didn't lie.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh my gosh, how are you gonna do that?
I think I gotta go in here. That's what I think. Oh, there's a big red button.
There's a giant red button.
Oh, heck yeah. I can't click it.
Oh, what?
It's offline. We gotta turn
Where?
this place on.
Oh, what's the giant?
Uh-oh.
5? Oh, there's another one up there.
Let's see. Here's one.
2. Three. Zone 4. Well, doesn't look like you can get up to that one.
I can't see. Maybe we haven't done enough? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe this is what
like
the...
locked, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look like you can go in there. Maybe this is what the little computer, like finding the computer in the different spots
Alright,
does.
we'll come back.
I don't know, maybe not. Maybe. Mind controls idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Oh, we turned it on or turned it off?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Uh-oh.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
yeah.
Control?
Heck yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the
What?
entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere
Oh, the lights are
moments
on
until
now.
the bomb goes off.
wait, what's
but
the numbers
what
on the wall?
precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going.
Oh, the doors are
What
open
all
now.
this means, I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Oh.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
I did
Watching
it.
you try to make sense of everything
yeah.
and
What
take
about
is
back
this
the
doing?
control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost
have-
hate
wait,
to
what's
see
this
it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next
said you
go
had
around
three
will be
something.
even better.
3 attempts left.
My goodness, only
Oh.
34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Ah!
You know what? To hell with it.
No!
I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't know what's
Oh
happening.
dear me,
I
what's the
don't know
matter,
what's happening.
Stanley?
What about those
Is
giant
it that you
numbers
have
on the
no
wall?
idea where you're going
The
or
what?
what you're supposed to be doing
The
right
giant
now?
black numbers on the wall.
Or did you just assume when you saw
To your
that
right,
timer
behind
that
you.
something in this room was capable
left.
of turning it off?
Right, oh my
I mean,
gosh.
look at you.
Direct
Running
behind you.
from
Oh, what is
button to button, screen to screen,
Oh,
clicking
5,
on
2, 1.
every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you
What?
think that,
5.
Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have
What
any
is-
idea what your purpose in this place
What
is?
is going on?
Oh no, man.
Stanley,
Ah!
you're in for quite a
Incorrect.
disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's
3.
just seconds
Am I
ticking
just supposed to
away
click
your
3
death.
blue buttons?
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every
No!
moment that you're powerless.
Ah!
Humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Well, what's
But I'm
behind
going
there?
to destroy it first, so you
Goodbye,
can't.
you
Hey, I'm 427.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being...
What in the world was in here?
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say...
It's all
happily ever after.
shaky.
Oh. What happened?
I think we lived.
I think we did.
See?
Oh, hey.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Heck yeah. Okay, creepy painting.
Okay. Oops.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
We had a suggestion.
Feeling a
that
wave
I
of
did
disbelief,
until now.
Stanley
Are we
decided to go
supposed
up
push
to his
O
boss's
1
office.
or
Coming
2?
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh no, nothing we were trying was working.
I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say, that's a lovely purse.
Creepy painting. Yeah. Oh,
Business
that's a
strategy. Shoot
Oh, it's a
pandas.
panda. What?
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh, it's a much nicer elevator. jam. This is my jam.
We're going up a long time.
We're going to the roof. Where's going? What? Can you go? Is this a different floor?
I think this elevator just shakes and plays music until you hit a button.
It doesn't actually go anywhere.
It doesn't go anywhere.
This is a good song. Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. What is that painting? Wait, no, what's the other painting? No, go back and up.
It's a guy with the hand on the
Oh,
globe
okay.
and he's pushing his tie
Never
up.
mind. Never mind.
He rules the world. You want to try the explosion again, or do we want to do what he
Okay, I
does?
think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad.
oh.
Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
There was like a escape before the mind control facility.
Oh yeah, we can try that. Remember when you felt bad for the narrator?
I mean, that didn't.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Nah.
Nope, still on board with death.
Death sounds good.
Death, 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 death. Woo!
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on
Trying to
track.
go back.
Well, yeah, find out.
You think he'll say something?
He might.
I want every dialogue. Give me all of them. That elevator song was a jam. No, nothing.
Alright.
We're going all the way. Unless he offers me money or something.
I'll give you $1.
That's it, I'm turning around.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
That's right.
Might as well. I like holes with red light coming out. It really was just
Yeah.
jump into a hole and die.
And we chose it. Wait, what?
Oh. Well, we're not dead yet.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was
Can you
inched
move?
closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow
Okay,
vision of what this
there's like a thing
world
on the
is.
right that you might be
Perhaps his
able to
death
see.
was of no great loss, like plucking the
do I
eyeballs
click?
from a blind man. And so he
no.
resigned and willingly
I saw that there
accepted
was a
this
platform
violent
you might
end
be able to get
to his
to,
brief
but
and
maybe
shallow
not.
life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, it's This might be it. Oh,
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
What?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his
What?
body, killing him instantly.
oh. What? Do we let GLaDOS take over now?
GLaDOS.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I don't know.
This room is huge.
It's very big. I think you found the edge of it though.
Yeah.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Hit 2 doors. This is weird.
It's like a museum.
Yeah, well, it's like... This is weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I really want to look up Chris. No!
Oh, Chris.
There's the credits.
Oh, there's the button. Oh, I like that one. Yeah. The office. Okay.
So where do we go?
I don't
We'll go right. Right was the wrong choice before.
Okay. Clock. That. Ooh, what's back here? It's kind of dark. The lounge. Ooh.
Now then, this elevator for sure will get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. Stanley pushed the number but of 6. Course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you.
Okay.
Now then, this elevator for sure will get him right back on track to where. Now look closely, Stanley. The story. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room.
Weird.
Perfect example of poor.
Oh, gosh.
Countdown disc. Freedom ending. Is there a noise?
It's Stanley's office.
Wow. Do they look different?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This one seems closest. It's this one.
I think so, yeah.
I think the computer has moved a little more. Maybe.
I don't know. Unless these were like the first layouts of the room while they're developing the game, and then they.
Maybe we're walking through a museum.
Yeah. Oh, what's here? From Ben Steger.
Dead
Subject
strong
was-
bed.
Dead strong bed. What does that say? The plaque.
Narrator emails.
Oh, After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to
Yeah.
email the narrator questions. What we had initially planned. Oh, how about that?
There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye. Final warning.
It's not a question.
A question brought forth by the intense passion of my soul. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? Why? How? Quackster. Question.
Will the game feature capybaras?
Dear narrator, how do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin. Oh, dink dunk.
Are you gay?
Of all of them, I think this is the realest one. Regarding your game of the works, dear reader, I appreciate some sequel, prequel, standalone companion game because art really needs good censoring. Will Stanley Parable have infinite quests? How many endings?
Will let me go shopping? I hope it will have a fine selection of desert
boots.
How do I make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? How's this game going? I hope it's a good or better than the first one.
From a cool man, James Irving.
Are you a rock?
Alright, enough of those. Warzone.
What?
We designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would be sentient and world would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who are like shooters, which was not our intention. Oh my gosh. It looks real.
It's so real. Ultra Deluxe announcement.
How do I get money?
Money!
This is the printer.
Wow.
It
is.
It's so real. Maintenance room.
There's got to be a spot for the closet in here, right?
No. No one's even talked to us. We've just been enjoying ourselves.
Alright. I think there's one in there. Can we go here?
No.
The apartment, something.
The cargo lift. Oh yeah, we probably never made it over there.
I don't think so. I think that's where the elevator was going. The tram thing. And we jumped off of it onto a bridge.
I want the apartment ending. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what?
The game is now paused. Begin the game again.
Escape menu.
Aw.
Zending weapons?
The narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. The room is the fourth version of the ending. We haven't found that. Oh, maybe we have.
We have?
It kind of looks like the I don't know, the bomb place.
Kind of. Okay, we've been here.
Gosh, I'm so lost.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting lost too. Oh.
Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one.
Wow. I don't really want to watch the trailer.
Yay. Look at it.
Good. Yeah, look at that. What a great trailer.
Whoa. The lounge.
The lounge.
Meeting room.
Maintenance.
I don't know. Alright, let's move on. I want to find the apartment ending where we get a woman. We're gonna get hitched. The monitor room elevator. Alright.
Yeah, it's gotta be this way.
Oh, look
Wow.
at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I thought I could walk behind it. You want to turn it off?
Sure.
You think this will close my game?
I don't know.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
What?
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Time chose for me.
I see that.
Do you think if I quit the menu there that it would have given me something?
I don't know. I don't
So
know.
many decisions to explore. Gosh. Oh, hey.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Welcome to Stanley. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. What? What? You can push all the buttons.
No way I have to push all of these.
It's heaven, dude. You have all the buttons you could ever want to push.
This is heaven. Oh no!
It's slowly turning into hell. You're falling behind. Are they staying pressed? No, they're unpressing.
Well, that's really sad. What the heck?
What is happening? Is there a button that's different than all the other ones? That green one's kind of standing out. The one on the left. Oh. What's with that one? Oh. The green one is kind of, a little bit different color.
Which one?
No, never mind.
What's this orange?
Oh,
What the
man.
heck?
I don't know, man.
There's no way.
Well, I guess that's what you get for putting all the things in the computer, but why?
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
What did you say?
If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Oh.
How do we get the apartment ending?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime,
I love the
a work of
lounge.
art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
We never done donkey.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
Oh, yeah.
all this time.
Well, we could stay with
There's
him.
someone you've been
Let's do
neglecting,
that.
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
What?
This is
This
it,
is the apartment
Stanley.
ending.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's
Ooh.
been waiting.
It's the apartment ending.
That's her, Stanley.
Hello?
You
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about...
You're damn.
Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I don't want to go in there anymore.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh.
We got a brick wall, an actual brick wall.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Is there any bread, though?
Good morning, employee. Press X on your keyboard.
No.
Press any other button on your keyboard.
Do I push it? Push, 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 push. Push, push, push.
Let's let our audience vote. Do we push the button or do we not push the button?
I think not pushing the button would be crazy because nothing's happening.
Well, but they get to decide.
Okay. Please.
Oh boy, I sure hope someone votes.
Why don't you vote?
Oh heck yeah, here we go.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him.
You said press
and every
it.
button that he pushes
Don't
is a
press it.
reminder of the
Oh,
inconsequential nature of his
I just read
existence.
press it. That's my bad.
Please press G.
What about... No.
Yeah, just do what he says.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
What then? What now? Man, I thought I'd get an achievement. Can we go back to button heaven?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
Not
mean?
really.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
know
room.
what to do
Perhaps
in
he had
button
simply
heaven.
missed a memo.
You do. Oh, you reset the game.
What?
Yo, what happened?
I'm in a new place. What?
How did that happen? What did he say? What the heck?
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of two
That was
open
different,
doors,
right?
he entered the
That
door
was
on his
different.
left.
There was like a blue hallway.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
True.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Just kind of a tingle.
Do you like the lounge?
Yes, really, really. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Donkey boy? Ooh.
Yeah, donkey boy. No, donkey boy.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh gosh, fine.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? Now, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
I didn't
Music
even know
comes
you could do
in,
that.
fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
No.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, In this scenario, a hypothetical real person named
Rupert.
Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30?
4:30?
Excellent.
I'm supposed
Making
to be
choices
having
on a
back
regular
sack and
basis
crack.
is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make
Gosh,
more than 8?
choices.
Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Oh.
Ah, welcome back.
Oh.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on
Danger
good
everywhere.
decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Okay.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful,
It's
we
got
can
rails
jump
on it
off the
now.
platform. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not
It's
well
got-
equipped to deal
It's
with
got
reality.
rails everywhere.
Rails everywhere now. What does that say?
Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
There's no way, right?
It doesn't seem like it. Okay. Oh, we're in the lounge.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
There we go.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright. Left or right?
I mean, definitely right.
No! Why did you do that?
Uh-oh.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay.
Okay.
That was close.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's going to be too late.
Wait, what were those numbers? Oh, just 445. Never mind. Never mind. Not important. Yeah, I guess it would be too late.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it all seems the same.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't
okay.
believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
Sorry.
What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh. Oh. It didn't work.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Yeah.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, door on his right.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Oh.
Behave exactly as
Oh
Stanley
my
would.
gosh.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I thought it wasn't going to open for a second.
It doesn't even say the door.
No! Why did you do that?
What?
Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley
All
would.
right. I
That
guess we
means
go left.
choosing responsibly
I
and
guess
always
so.
putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, we never
Coming
did go
to a
down.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We couldn't go down
We
now.
couldn't go down.
It's busted.
Oh my gosh.
Can't go in there.
All free choices have been removed.
I can't go in there.
Oh.
This is not the same.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it.
What?
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
You have to actually say it.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115.
It's using my
He
mic.
spoke it into the receiver,
I don't know.
right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
Night
Please
Shark.
speak the code into
Night
the
Shark
receiver.
115.
Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a
Night
crucial
Shark
step.
115. Night Shark 115.
Have you tried to
Okay,
click on it already?
fine. You're not going to do it, but you know.
Have I tried what?
Have you tried actually clicking on it?
Yeah.
Okay. I was making sure.
Jump is speed.
Know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do.
Yeah,
I
I'm
asked
clicking
you
on
for
it.
this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you...
What is going on?
What is this one?
Please, I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
I feel like
Choose
this game,
something.
the narrator is me trying to control you guys while we're
This is
playing.
more important than you ever know. I need this. The story.
Don't go that way. We don't need to talk to this person for 3 hours.
Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
No, don't build a bog pit.
Okay,
You don't need a bog pit.
you need time to decide. Time to make sure
Sorry,
your choice
Leroy.
is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
What the heck? Oh,
You're having an out-of-body experience.
there we go. Back to normal.
It's normal.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bum, bum, bum. Dude, unplugging the phone led to all of that.
Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
we trying
Stanley knew
Donkey
it
Boy?
perfectly well.
No.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Okay.
it. Stanley felt lightheaded,
never a time you don't need a
butterflies in his
pocket.
stomach. But
I'm gonna go
to
through
get
the,
back to
the
business,
the actual
Stanley
phone
took
call
the
part.
first open door on his left.
Are we forgetting any?
Anyway.
There is never a time you don't need a bug.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Man, so many endings
Look,
left.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten
How
off
many
on the
enemies
wrong
are there?
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I don't know.
I realize that investing
115,000?
I wish there's like a tally or
trust
something.
in someone else can be difficult, but the
Yeah, till we
fact
tell you
is
how
that
many
the
you've got.
story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh,
There's
what?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
I can't go back. I'll
Someone
go back in
you've
a
forgotten
second.
About. Please,
sure
stop
it's
trying to
supposed
make
to go
every
back?
decision by yourself. Now, I'm
Someone
not
told me I
asking
need to go
for
back.
me, I'm asking for her.
They did?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to
don't
let
think you
her
make that
back
joke.
into your life. She's been waiting.
I can't go back, but we'll go in a second.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Nah. Doesn't seem like he's gonna say anything else.
I'm getting bamboozled now.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Go run!
Hold
Run
on,
now!
sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about...
You're damn.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Brick wall.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
You sound so evil.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, that's a different...
Stanley is
number
quite a
for
boring
letters,
fellow.
whatever.
He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Oh, it's
Now
slowly
he's
turning into
pushing
the
a
office.
button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
V to watch
And so
TV.
he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press T to spend time with the boys.
Hey. T.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press P to prepare
As he
dinner.
wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he
Game with a
called it
baby?
the Stanley Parable.
Press G to
It
tell
was
your
such
kids
a
the story.
wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press L to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press R to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Oh. Please press P to be at work in the morning.
I never pee at work.
Why not? I always pee at work. I pee at work every day.
Do I have to stand here? It's gonna make me push it.
Yeah, I think if you push P, it's going to restart the game.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
Oh, not
How
quite.
can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press you.
Dude.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Oh. I pushed a button.
Oh.
I moved to the left. I did the cha-cha slide a little and I died.
Oh.
Man.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
That's not what it usually says, is it? New content.
This is what someone was telling me about.
New content? What does that mean? New content.
Who was telling you this about? What? Can't go that way.
I want to go that way.
Can't go that way. Gotta go this way.
I made it to the new content.
This looks like a death.
I made it
Looks
to
like
the
a-
new content.
This looks like Death Machine.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Wow.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Wow.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh,
Wait,
well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
what? I wasn't done with the regular deluxe.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
This isn't an elevator.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or up? Oh, there we go. All right, finally,
Oh,
at long
thank
last,
goodness.
it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I ascend.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
You don't want to go see it?
You think he'll say something? I'm holding him. Remember when he did this to us?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, what could possibly be over here? Oh,
Wow.
the jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, we can be able to jump.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh. Oh, you have to jump 35 more times though. Yeah.
This is incredible! Yay!
If you leave the circle, can you still jump?
No. Yay!
Wow.
Welcome to the jump circle.
What happens if you use all your jumps? You not jump anymore.
I wonder if you could have
Oh.
unplugged the counter and jumped as much as you wanted.
I don't know. What a great
Is that
game.
it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
I missed the jump circle. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it?
Wow.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievement, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
You do that, narrator.
Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yay! Oh! What?
Oh. This is new.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
What if he's got like a grilled cheese sandwich or something? Grilled cheese sandwich.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be.
Is this gonna
But it
put
got
me
me
back
thinking
to the
about
beginning?
the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked
What?
it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
There's still a printer here. Oh, I guess those are like the office chairs. Right?
Oh my gosh. Narrator, this is...
I call it the Memory Zone.
This is
where I've been
incredible.
storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wow. Memory zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Good times.
2013. Get it? Because that's when the game released, 2013.
Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. All my best memories.
Is that $1? Wait, there's $1.
What, where?
$1. $1.
Our trip
It's on the
down
mall.
memory lane. Smile because it happened.
There's $1
Where?
behind you, over there in the corner, on the right. Yeah, $1.
It's incredible. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Don't play for 5 years. What? New video game releasing today.
Peter's surprisingly down to earth.
British. Deals tough choices.
Oh.
A loving memory of little Stanley. A hamster. Aww.
Oh, it's a hamster. I couldn't think what that was.
Let me sit on the bench.
Oh, sit on the bench.
What? Why is there a piano there?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James
Don't read any
Stephanie
reviews
Sterling
except
writes,
this
and
one.
I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, choices.
Memory zone maintenance. I can't get in. No! How am I
Here's
supposed to get
another
in the
moving
maintenance?
passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
The serious room.
It's room. It still said 2013.
Yeah.
Can you jump?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh. That's a thumbs down.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
We.
What about that bad review that James wrote? I've been missing here somewhere.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well,
Can you see the
I want to
clock?
say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley!
Yeah.
Stanley,
Does it
please
actually
don't
change?
push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
No, I don't think so.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really true. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
plant is
I have
dead.
someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Oh
I've been
my
sitting here
gosh.
all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe
I mean,
as
there
the
has to be
collapse
an
of
end
every
to this.
moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
Oh.
I hope you're happy.
Yeah, something's got to be going on, right? Yeah. Yeah. Side, what is that? Keep pushing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's annoying.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They
Yeah, I
had to
think
leave
he's
a
got complete
pathetic
credit.
little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are
I think all of them are just looped.
I think so. It seems like it.
There's a little drop of water.
Drip, drop.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
don't
is
like
never
this
the
one.
end, is never the end, is never
I
the
don't like
end,
this
is never
one.
the end, is...
I don't like that one.
Oh, it's dripping faster. Oh? Oh. Huh. Only one thing to do. Oh, sun! That's way better weather.
Shine, shine, make the gold shine. Please shine down on me.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the sun though.
Oh, okay.
There we go. That's better.
Oh, nature.
Now we're getting somewhere. Maybe I can quit whenever I want.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
No, it's probably just like, you know, like.
Don't worry.
fall.
I'll bring it back. Yeah, I'll
It's
bring it
just
back.
winter.
Yeah, I'll bring it back. Is it the apocalypse yet?
Yeah, was that like the screams of the damned? What was that?
Yeah, I think so. Oh no!
Oh.
Our button fell over. Oh.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Something might come back if you push the button. Looks broken. I guess.
I'm gone.
This is
Is that an ending? That was an ending. Holy.
Time to choose the left or
All
the
of
right
his
door.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I need to go to bed.
New content.
What?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
Alright,
left.
we'll try and solve the bomb.
The bomb?
Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Feeling a
we'll
wave
see
of
what the
disbelief,
narrator's
Stanley decided to go
actual
up to his
ending is
boss's
supposed to be.
office. Hoping he might
Still
come
never
into
did
a
go down.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
The end is never.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Yeah, I didn't like that part.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, no! The end is never the end, is never the end.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427, that's us.
That's us.
It's a little closet.
I wonder where Chris is.
I don't know, I wish I could look them up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What's that there over in the bottom right corner? Can you read that? Or is that just
Mini, I don't know,
okay.
something system.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
I did it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Oh no.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's not even anything back to.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon
I'm
his
not
skin,
even in control anymore.
the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I feel happy.
I beat the game.
You did it, dude. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, yes, never the end. Look at that.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
Yay.
This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
I'm gonna head to bed.
When
Alrighty.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Good night.
Yet there was not a single person here
Alright,
either.
couple more things I
Feeling
want
a
to try.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I can't really read that.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
It's all a dream.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
Whoa.
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Wild.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well, another ending complete. At least down there didn't lead to
All
more
of his co-workers
stuff.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. I think
When
we've
Stanley
got
came
almost
to a set of
everything
two
on the
open
right.
doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Yeah,
admire
just
it.
one more thing to try.
The
and
lounge
get
was
to.
grand, majestic. Perhaps, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I guess we could take that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Oh my gosh,
Give
we
me a
never
chance.
did even go through
Now
the
listen
blue
carefully,
door.
this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Alright, fine.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Well, oh, more stuff. Oh, look at that. How neat. Don't know what's going on up here. I don't really want to go jump off the thing more. Oh, they're gone. Oh my gosh. It's gonna make me, isn't it? Is this doing the same thing? Thought maybe there'd be something if I stayed here. But no.
No, wait. Where are you going?
I've already done this.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No! Oh, no. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other... My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I guess we could try and go back out. Gosh dang it. I feel like I'm going to end up coming back in here and just climbing all these stairs again. That's going to make me sad.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
I'm being hypnotized. Ooh. Yeah.
No, perhaps not.
Man, they made this one cruel. Speed running up to the top. Perfect turns. Alright. Here we go.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
I thought that was
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Yeah, it is mine. See you.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
We're going back. Gosh, now we still have more to explore.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Hopefully this
Stanley
is the
was
last
so bad
time.
at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option.
Yeah.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
I really want to push 3.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Yes! I'm 9,328. That's amazing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think this is working as intended. Uh-oh. Well, how about that? I think this is a lovely place to call it. So, if you leave me a 1 through 5, yeah, tell me about your experience. Happy New Year, everyone!